Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. This is Anonymous T. Hope you're having an amazing day today. So today we are talking Love and Marriage Huntsville. We are talking money-making Mel. She is again securing these bags. She's securing these interviews. She's securing the press. She is securing your faves being bothered. So she posted that yesterday she had an Essence interview with Essence Magazine. So we'll read the following and react to it. Melody Holt talks setting boundaries, Marceau's messy photo, and dodging low vibrations. And so then the quote is that they wanted to note is we should normalize being okay with people setting boundaries for themselves and choosing to remove themselves from people that they know genuinely don't mean them any good, says the reality star. Melody Holt has evolved quite a bit from the woman we first met on Love and Marriage Huntsville, which premiered on OWN in 2020. She went from a mother of 3 to a mom of 4, from a devoted wife to a divorcee, and from real estate mogul to a woman learning the ropes of e-commerce. She transitioned from a trusting friend to someone who's a bit more discerning when it comes to the people in her life. Essence recently caught up with Holt to discuss their major life changes and how they're playing out on reality TV. See what she had to say below. So the first question, you and your castmates have shared that Love and Marriage Huntsville is not exactly what you thought it would be initially. What keeps you coming back to the show? And Mel says, the show gives me the platform and the opportunity to touch so many people and to impact so many people. When I wake up and I look at the DMs that I have from women who can relate to my story, who are inspired by me, that becomes purpose work. So that is exactly why I continue to be a part of Love and Marriage Huntsville, why I continue to be transparent and share my journey. On the first episode of this season, there was a lot of talk of the conversation Letitia and Destiny had where they spoke about you in an unflattering way. On the show, you didn't mention specifically what you heard. Was that intentional? Kimmy and I were able to sit down and have a conversation in which she asked me the same thing. What exactly was said? I shared with her it was enough for me to say, I'm not rocking that way. It's not okay. There's not any one of my friends that are not cool that I would be discussing with them like that at all. Matter of fact, if anybody brings them up, I would say, no, we're not talking about her. Just being able to draw those lines when there's a friendship, for those of you who are in tune, just a piece of it, that's not the whole reason for the break in the friendship. There's more to it. What do you make of the concept of frenemies and making certain relationships for the sake of the show? Frenemies? What is that? I don't get that. That's not a term that I use. That's not a term I ever want to be okay with. You're either a friend or you're not. I'm a person who, if I'm in your life, I'm genuinely there. I'm going to be kind-hearted. I'm going to try to help elevate you and do whatever it is that you say you want to accomplish in life. It is from a pure space. It is not anything that I'm looking to gain from you. And when I realize others' intentions may not be so pure, or when my intuition kicks in and tells me, hold up, you need to back up, something's not right, then I listen to that. We have a choice. We should normalize being okay with people setting boundaries for themselves and choosing to remove themselves from people that they know genuinely don't mean them any good. I know Destiny and Martell were friends before you and Martell got married. What do you make of their relationship now? I don't know what the relationship is. I don't talk to either one of them. What I can say is I was with my ex for 14 years, and I met Destiny maybe around 2017, 2018, and I married him in 2008. So what kind of friends were they that I've never heard him talk about her? Are you and Martell in a better place in terms of co-parenting? Are you settling into what it means to be divorced? I'm settled into what it means to be divorced in the sense of me moving on with my life, focusing on myself, focusing on my children. When it comes to he and I, unfortunately, it's not what I wish it could be. It's one of those things where it takes two people. Everyone doesn't get to that place quickly as the other. So I'm protecting my peace and setting boundaries for myself. I make sure that no one's negative energy is controlling my day-to-day life and activities. I have no room and no tolerance, to be frank, for anything negative and low vibrational. Marceau posted a photo that raised questions about possible infidelity in Kimmy and Maurice's relationship. You issued a word of warning to Kimmy. Why do you think it was so important to share with her? Kimmy and I, over the years, we've always had a relationship where she asks the questions she needs to ask, but even the tough questions. So I appreciate that about her. I think that's why Kimmy and I have mostly been able to continue to get along. We get each other. So with the photo dropping on social media, I was able to check in on her. She always checks in on me when things happen on social media with me. I ask the questions, how did it make you feel? And if he did, what are you going to do? And this is girlfriend conversation, girlfriends who aren't fearful. Like I said, trust your intuition, follow that. I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. But one thing I did say that didn't make the cut was that the enemy is busy, honey. Don't let the enemy mess up your marriage. Can you speak to your friendship with Stormy Steele? What did you think she would bring to the show? Stormy is like me. She's very direct and straightforward, but at the same time, she'll do anything she can to help and be there for you. What I've been enjoying with the friendship is that Stormy and I have is just that I am so used to being the person who is the one people can lean on. I'm the person people asking questions and advice to. So it's been great to know that I have a friend who is an expert in something that I'm new to, such as e-commerce. I can ask her certain things and she can be the one to pour into me. I'm used to being the one who's always pouring into other people. So that's been refreshing. She has a lot going on. Her beauty brand just got a huge distribution deal at Target, Walgreens, and CVS. I have a lot going on, so we get that about each other. I hadn't talked to her in 7 days, and when we did speak, we picked right up back where we left off. Neither one of us said or thought, did I do something? Is she mad at me? None of that. Tell us about your skincare line. Why was that a passion for you? As a child, I actually suffered from something called psoriasis rosacea. Sorry, you guys, if I'm butchering this. I've actually never heard of this disorder. I'm gonna have to look it up when I finish. Which is a drying of the skin. My great grandmother actually shared some ingredients with me that are part of 7th Avenue skincare. The ingredients help me combat the itchiness and the rash. So I knew that I had wanted to do a skincare line. Fortunately, I was able to get with a black female chemist and formulate the products. I didn't want to get something from overseas and private label it. So I love that it is USA made. I was able to be a part of the formulating process while sharing those things that my great grandmother shared with me and just making sure that it's natural, paraben-free, clean, vegan. I have to wear glam a lot, but I do believe under the makeup, your skin should be clean and clear. So I've been doing, very, very well. I've been presented with some opportunities to go into retail, but I am enjoying the commerce right now. My girl Stormy told me to do that for a while first. The support has really been phenomenal, and I'm just really, really thankful. What would you say music fulfills for you in terms of your creative expression? It is so interesting because I have been singing since I was 5. My first performance was when I was 5. I've been performing, singing, and doing pageants, talent shows, playing the piano, performing in church since then. It's been great having another outlet, especially for a lot of things that I've gone through. I tell people often, you see me smiling, you see me happy. I'm here now, but I had work to get there. But I also had to be careful with how I express myself in interviews or on social media. Well, in my music, I can express myself how I want to. That's how I feel. It's great to have the outlet to share what I'm thinking and I'm feeling. And apparently a lot of women can relate to it because right now my latest single, Down, is #1 on the charts. So there is that, you guys. So once again, another article about money making Mel. Another article where she is not insulting her castmates, where she is not saying she hates people, where she's not throwing her cast or her ex-husband under the bus, even though she could have. She is taking the high road, and God is blessing her because of it. She has the God Said Go clothing line. She has the skincare line that's a huge success that now is being, so successful that they want her already in retail, and it's barely been out that long, you guys. So that's incredible. She has the music. She's released 3 singles, so we should be getting an EP or an album of some sort that comes out soon. She's going to be going into acting, already has one of her projects coming out pretty soon and is getting sent scripts constantly, has the speaking engagements that she's continuing to do that she is booked and busy for, also has her consulting where she consults people about who are interested in doing the property management, property restoration, and securing contracts. So still kind of doing the mix of the teaching and the real estate stuff, but kind of in a hybrid manner now. Also, the lipstick, which is likely to expand into a full makeup line because the lipsticks were so successful. Also, her, pitching the show Love and Marriage Huntsville, her getting not only just a regular check, but also the executive producer check. And so I'm also curious to find out if she's also going to get a check off of Love and Marriage DC, because technically it's her idea, right? Because it was the same thing that happened with Mariah Huck from Married to Medicine, was that they created a Married to Medicine Houston, they created a Married to Medicine LA, and the issue she had was they were trying to be shady and not give her credit when it's her franchise, when she's the person who originally pitched the concept of the show. So there's that. Also, Mel has a book coming out pretty soon, another book. She's written books previously, in addition to a cookbook. So again, and then finally, on social media, she's made this first quarter over 100K alone. Whether it's certain posts or certain things that she's promoting or what have you, she's getting paid to post and everything else, and made 100K in just the first few months of this year. And like I told you guys in a previous video, she's already cleared over 50K in one weekend, last weekend, in just the sales of her skincare line. So she is completely killing it right now. Mel is doing it, money making Mel. That's why I call her money making Mel, because she knows how to make money. As far as reaction to her interview, like I said, she's very poised. She is very articulate. She is very, detailed in terms of everything that's going on. She didn't have to, throw shade or be messy or anything like that. She just simply said, as far as things go with Destiny and Letitia and everything else, there's no such thing in her vocabulary as frenemies or pretending to be cool just so that you can film together for a TV show, that she's protecting her peace against her ex, that if it's going to be negativity, if it's going to be toxic, she does not want it. And I think that's healthy. I think the problem is we give too many chances to people who are not protecting our peace, who are continuing to be messy. And another thing that I like that Mel pointed out in the article was that she said she's used to always pouring into people, which means everybody is always coming to her for help. Everybody is always coming to Mel for her connections. Everybody is always coming to Mel for her brain power, because she is the brains behind all of the operations that are running successful and more outside of this marriage to Martell. She's completely soared and catapulted into a completely new tax bracket. And it was actually Martell who was holding her back, because he was jealous, he was insecure, he still wanted to cheat, and that was the only validation that he had, because he was jealous that his wife was leveling up. He was jealous that he couldn't have the same opportunities as her because he didn't want to, and he didn't want to apply himself, and he got himself into some degenerate types of behavior as a result, and was using her money, Mel's money that she's making, to finance your mistress. So that is why there's all these flop attempts and all these other attempts to try to make money, to try to do some get rich quick stuff, because you don't have access to Melody's money anymore. So therefore, you have to figure it out on your own, except for everything is flopping, and flopping bad. And then Mel spoke to her relationship with Kimmy, and I felt that was, really poignant, that it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because I want to believe that this is like a good friendship, but then it's like, on the same token, Kimmy's still a Scott, right? Her last name is still a Scott, so she's always going to relay to Maurice, who's going to relay to Marceau and Tisha and everything else, anything that Mel tells her. So it's like, okay, are you going to be the bone collector, or is some of the things that Mel tells you, it's going to be kept in confidence, or is this going to be facilitating more drama to where it's a continued fuel for the rest of the cast to continue talking about Mel, but have yet to film with her? So I find that very interesting. But and again, a mention of the Destiny and Martell friendship is very sus, you guys. Remember they said that they have been friends for all these years, and Mel did not meet her until a couple of years ago. So if you've been friends for all these years, why are you just now hearing about Destiny? Like something is off with the Martell and Destiny connection. And we have to get to the bottom of it, you guys, because there is something shady, there's something sketch about, you know, the timeline of their friendship and everything else, because it would just pretty much make one to believe that really she's just here and she only befriended Mel to, you know, basically keep tabs on whatever, you know, Mel was doing so that Martell could continue to cheat and do his own thing. And it's just really disturbing that Mel confided so many personal things to Destiny. And, you know, likely she told Martell all these things and he still didn't care. He still didn't want to try to improve things with his wife, improve things with his marriage, improve things for their brand, to catapult and take things off with a lot of different deals and opportunities. And completely threw all of that away, completely flushed it all down the toilet. And it's just wild. And so, and even Destiny and Martell were at this HBCU event, you guys, with Dr. Heavenly. And it's like, okay, what is the nature of your relationship? And I find it funny that Destiny and Martell are going on this little trip together, except for where is, you know, Martell's side chick that he usually likes to parade around and everything else. So it's just hilarious, you guys. It is absolutely hilarious. I think this Essence article is everything. It just really speaks to the mentality that Mel is at right now, which is money-making Mel, which is really just embracing all of the positivity that is coming her way, embracing all of the opportunities and everything else that is being blessed with her, because she is staying above the drama. She is not addressing the drama. She's not addressing the negativity and everything else. She's not addressing people from hating and everything else. She is just strictly on her grind and focusing on her. And it really has these people pressed. It has these people obsessed. It has these people a mess, you guys. And I am here for all of it. So let me know what your guys' thoughts. What is your guys' reaction to Melody, Money Making Mel's interview with Essence Magazine? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.